EFL Championship Millwall vs Sheffield Wednesday prediction, team news, lineups preview. Both searching for 3 crucial points in the fight at the bottom of the championship table. Millwall and Sheffield Wednesday will do battle at the Den on Saturday. Having both suffered midweek defeats, the visitors sit 23rd in England's second tier, 7 points adrift of their hosts in 21st spot. Match preview. Millwall head into the weekend aiming to break a dismal run of form in the championship, having quickly dropped into a concerning position at the bottom end of the division. A run of 3 straight victories over Queen's Park Rangers, Norwich City and Bristol City during the festive period saw the Lions climb away from the threat of relegation and onto 32 points from 26 outings. But they have since failed to add another notch to their wins column in 6 further attempts. Defeats to Middlesbrough and QPR followed, and then after a 1-1 draw at home to Preston North End. Joe Edwards' side now find themselves on the back of another 3 defeats on the bounce, starting with 1-0 and 2-1 losses away at playoff chasers Hull City and Coventry City respectively. 4th-placed Ipswich Town then visited the Den on Wednesday, and the hosts failed in their bid to bounce back, instead taking a 4-0 beating as Nathan Broadhead and Kiefer Moore got on the scoresheet alongside a Wes Harding own goal in the first half before Ali Al-Hamadi added a 4th in injury time. Now sitting 1 place and just 4 points above the relegation zone as a result of their rut, and 7 points ahead of their 23rd-placed visitors, Millwall will be desperate to end their losing run with a much-needed home victory on Saturday to increase their cushion in a bid to maintain their second-tier status this term. Their visitors, meanwhile, will set out to narrow that gap and move closer to safety at the weekend, having been cut adrift again in recent weeks after moving closer to safety in an inspired run under Danny Roll. After looking all but condemned to the drop back to League One with just 1 win on the board at the beginning of December, Sheffield Wednesday were able to give themselves a much-improved chance of jumping out of the bottom 3 as they went on to pick up 5 victories from the following 8 matches, culminating in consecutive triumphs over Preston North End and Hull City either side of the turn of the year. They have been unable to truly build on that upturn in form since, though adding just 1 more notch to their wins column in the last 6 attempts as the pair of 3-point hauls were then followed by defeats to Southampton, Coventry City and relegation rivals Huddersfield Town alongside a draw with Watford, before they were able to bounce back to winning ways in a crucial 6-pointer against Birmingham City, prevailing in a 2-0 victory at Hillsborough thanks to Ike Ugbo's brace. With a degree of renewed momentum from that result, the Owls most recently faced the unenviable task of a trip to league leaders Leicester City on Tuesday, and they would come away empty-handed as first-half goals from Abdul Fatawo and Jamie Vardy made the difference in a 2-0 home victory. Now keen to move on from that tough test and get their survival bid back on track, Sheffield Wednesday will travel to the Den in search of an 8th league win of the campaign to reduce the gap to safety to 4 points. Team news. Joe Edwards may opt to make several changes to his Millwall starting 11 after their heavy midweek defeat, although he has limited options in attack with Ryan Longman, Kevin Nisbet and Adomo Emeku remaining sidelined by injuries. Instead, Tom Bradshaw may again lead the line with support from Zian Fleming and Romain Esse, although January arrival Michael Obathami should return to contention and will fight to come back in from the outset. Elsewhere, Japhet Tanganga may return in a back 3 after Ryan Leonard and Wes Harding were preferred alongside Jake Cooper last time out, while Casper Denore and Alan Campbell will fight to displace George Seville and George Honeyman in the engine room. Sheffield Wednesday continue to deal with several injury issues of their own, with Dominic Iorfa, Callum Patterson, Momo Diaby and Josh Windass likely remaining confined to the treatment room. Ian Poveda and Ike Ugbo arrived in January to bolster the Owls' attacking ranks, with the latter netting a brace in their win over Birmingham, and they should again feature from the outset with Jaidi Gassama and Bailey Catamarteri also set to continue in the front line. Captain Barry Bannon continues to play a key role in midfield with Wilvox likely anchoring, while Deshaun Bernard and Michael Ahikwe should fight off competition from Bambo Diaby to again get the nod in the middle of a back 4. Millwall possible starting lineup. Sarkic, Leonard, Tanganga, Cooper, McNamara, Denore, Seville, Wallace, Obathami, Bradshaw, Fleming. Sheffield Wednesday possible starting lineup: Beadle, Valentine, Bernard, Ihikwe, Johnson, Vaux, Ugbo, Bannon, Poveda, Gassama, Catamarteri. We say, Millwall 1-1 Sheffield Wednesday. In a pivotal game for both teams' survival bids this season. We anticipate a cagey affair at the Den on Saturday and cannot envisage one getting the better of the other, instead opting for a share of the spoils. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.